At the Hobby Forge, Alex builds it bold. Geeky dreams in wood and wire. Craft it, make it, watch it unfold. Hobby Forge! Ooh.
Welcome to the Hobby Forge, the only channel where hobbies are forged. Here is your host, Alex. Right, so this one's just going to be a plain unbox. What's with this camera reflecting the lights lately? I have no idea. So, I'm going to another knee shot. Like a knee shot. We've got an unbox. Just arrived today. And this one's from Walker Armory. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'll put the link for the Etsy shop down below. Oh, some free sweets. Nice. Got some free sweets. Yeah, Alice, no. No, let go. Thank you. Not the sweets. I'm not going to tell off for having sweets. I'm going to share the sweets with her. Don't worry about that. She's pulling on a power wire. So what do we got? So what do we have here? What I think is it's a metal kit like that as well. Got a nice oval base to give a rough size of the creature. Beautiful. Pop home. Some paper. Yeah, I know, honest. She's got the giggle fits. She's got giggle fits. So yeah, it is in pieces, but it's in pieces on purpose. So those of you that are fans of only the films like 1 to 6. So Revenge of the. You okay there? Revenge of the Sith to Return of the Jedi. Well, should know if you can see the face. What creature this is? It's a Nexu cat. If you're a fan of the Swatter games, so Star Wars Online, Star Wars: The Old Republic Online, Swatter. It's a Nexu cat. So I think the base is a bit too big for. Maybe not. I'll probably add some scenery pieces to this. So no, Alice, no. Please, thank you. Come here, you. Dinker. Right, over there. There you go. Right, so yeah, she's on one. Hyper, isn't you? So yeah, I will do a glue up of the Nexu cat off camera. You know the kind of thing I'm going to be using to glue it with now. I don't need to do a glue-in tutorial. I was just literally showing my gluing process for minis, just in case any of you are curious of what I use. But yeah, I've got a free packet of sweets. I've got another creature on the way that will be coming with a free mini. So that will be technically a sponsored video because I'll have a free thing with. I've got paid in sweets, so technically this is an ad. I will put the link for the Etsy store down below, and obviously the rest of the video you'll get to see me painting the mini. So yeah, I'll give you more information on that throughout the rest of this evening. she tried to hit me in the leg with a toy. Out of control. She's happy. She's happy, but she's out of control. The amount of times she hits me in the foot with that thing, I don't know. So, yeah. If you want to carry on watching the rest of the video, link over to the thing, and yeah. And I will see you in the rest of the video. This t-shirt might change. It's a bit small, if you can tell. Oh, no, no, not the cable, not the cable. I don't know what's worse. Having a house rabbit. We don't have a house rabbit. What would be worse, having a house rabbit or having her going after cables? Anyway, so I'm going to move on with the rest of the video, and don't forget to check out those links down below and any of the other links that I mentioned in this video. You know the links I'm going to be referring to, as well as the Etsy links. So please feel free to leave a comment down below at any point during the video or even at the end. So yeah, it's going to be another Star Wars one. And the first game of the campaign went really well. It's 2 hours long. She's hungry. And yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Well, welcome to the painting segment of the video. So yeah, we've got our neck suit all glued up, all pieced together. If you're wondering what this is about, I have a couple of little scenery pieces to attach to his otherwise plain base. Also got some green stuff because there are some panel gaps on here. So, and to help it blend, my pokey stick off of well, if you've watched the first part of Audrey 2 video, you'll know this is a clay modeller's tool. So I've got green stuff putty. Make sure I've got tissue. So before I paint up, the scenery is going to go on after. So what this will be all one video for you. Maybe 2 days for me, so you will see this t-shirt change. You've already seen it change once. So yeah. So if you're wondering what a Nexu is, a Nexu is obviously a cat-like predator creature. They are found on most worlds. The variations of them are found on most worlds, but yeah, Telos is one of the planets that they are native to, as well as a few others. They're obviously a predator, but obviously going off the spines, off the back, that is obviously also defensive, as well as that one's obviously defensive, whether it's mating rights or against larger predators, i.e. things like rancors, loaf wolves, ackhounds, that kind of thing. Yes, ackdogs. Sorry, I say ackdogs. Yeah, and yeah, or humans hunting for trophies. They have two pairs of eyes, big gaping Cheshire cat of a mouth. Traditionally, they're like a blonde with tiger striping. They are hairy. They have a kind of rat-type tail, so it's a flesh-toned tail. Big, toothy, white tooth grin. Usual like bone-coloured or dark claws. And yeah, they're in grasslands. Hence the reason why I'll be putting foliage, and I'll be doing green stuff, also some texture paint, and so the texture paint will take overnight to dry, which means I then have to wait a day to finish off the Mini. So, as obviously, if you clicked on the thumbnail, you've seen the final product. So yeah, so the whole point of this little rubber stopper thing here is I will be poking with this and implanting a plant coming up here. I'll also have a few mounds with a couple of flowers at the sides. I've done similar before, so it's got a tiny bit of a kit bash here. So my first proper kit bash I have done similar with. Where can I find it? Where has it gone? What am I doing? Why am I singing this song? I do not know. If you like it, let me know. Where's the beetle gone? Where has the beetle gone? Where has das beetle gone? I have a Mini, perfect Mini, and I can't find it. Where have you gone? Where hast all the beetles gone? I'll show you on this Mini. Oh yes, this wolf will be another good size up. Oh, and I've got another one in there that's great demonstration of some kit bashing. I stood on some wires. Don't worry, I've got a charger ready. I found the wolf and I found the beetle. Hey, as well that. When I stop looking for them, I find them. So, what do we have? What do we have? We have Das Beetle with the same plants and whatchamacallits around. And again, I've painted the thing there. So I have this beetle that I so proudly painted. Another example of using the gloss, but it's layered with many different colours, mainly greens and some purples with some metallics, obviously metallic dry brush things. But yeah, so got them there. Bit less of a thing with the wolf here, like a fey wolf. I have this demigorgon type thing where I've actually detached parts of a skeleton Mini and strewn them across underneath the creature. And obviously I've added some elements here to give like a yellow moss kind of, like some fake moss elements to this Mini here. This little dioramic Mini. So I'm going to get these put away. Is that it? Yeah, I believe that's it for now. Yes, that's it for now. 2 seconds. Dash. Ah. Right. There we go. I've got a few other diorama minis, which I may do a bit of a show and tell for. So this one's going to be it's for the campaign, but it's also going to be like a diorama style. Make the most of that bass, because it's all going to be about that bass. About that bass. No treble. All about that bass. About that bass. No treble. Anyway, yeah. So, get the green stuff and go over some of the panel gaps that I'm not too keen on this guy, and blend them in. And then I'll get started painting on camera. So I'll show you once I've, yeah, actually, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Here we go. Away from the crotch. Away from the crotches area. Pull you straight into, pull you into the light, Caroline, into the light. So it's already starting to ooze. It's one of them things. It's the lid is made of a material it does not bind to. So now what I'm going to do is, the pin comes detached. The pin's detachable, so I'm going to plug my phone in because it is saying it needs charging. So while I'm getting myself set up and I clean up, the panel gap in question is that just on the leg there. So I need to and I've got some on around the head, so I'm just going to plug my phone in a minute. Get unhooked. I'm having an ADHD moment with things in this room right now, so bear with me. Right, here we go. So, and take the lid off. Make sure I get a little smear there along the back of the head, just in where that gap is there. It's okay, so. Wipe dust goo off, and then I'm going to very delicately just very delicately. Don't have an old brush. Do I have a sacrificial brush I can use? Yes, I do. Smear it thin enough, it should not just fill the gap, but it doesn't take long for it to dry. What's the dry time on this? What's the dry time on this? Right. Water-based fast drying putty with extra hard finish, specially designed, perfect as a superfine filler due to its adhesion and sanding properties, does not shrink when drying, can be cleaned and thinned in water, non-toxic and non-flammable. However, I would not recommend eating it as it's probably going to taste revolting and may have some effects that, you know, aren't less desirable. So what I might do is I might just wet the tip of my brush, just dampen it a bit. Just spreading it out a bit. There is a bit of acetone in that water, so I'm hoping it has no adverse effect on the curing process. Let's go back over and just dab, clear, clean, dab it dry. Lovely dab, dab. Test it with the little pokey stick. That's pretty dry. That's pretty dry. I'm going to paint over him now in a white. With the white, I'm going to paint over him with the white, and stop here, and then we'll have some sped up footage of painting. Hope you have fun. So that's taken literally. You can see, I can stick my finger on there. No green on my finger, which is absolutely peachy, and is roughly what I need. I've got a little bit more of a gap to fill. Just there. Just there. So again with the an older brush. No, that's one of my new brushes. One of my older brushes. One of my older sacrificial brush. This one should do. Dude, really? Right, I thinned it down too much. I think the acetone in the paint has in the paint in the water has yeah, I'm ruining my moment here. So. Dogs nuts. So I'm going to stop here. Yeah, I'm going to let this dry because it's quite warm in here. As you may be able to tell, it is quite warm in here. So, this is him so far. Obviously, I will be doing some once his eyes are dry, and I'll trust that they're dry. There's going to be a thing there. I'm going to be going over the tongue with the Bloodseeker Berserker Bloodshade. Just on the tongue. So I realised I did flesh tones inside the mouth when I was meant to do Berserker Bloodshade, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some puncture holes in here and situate my plantage, probably one of this doodad, into there with one of the flowers, or maybe this little yellow little outcropping. So where have I put my tool? Where did I put my tool? Where did I put my tool? No, too wide a point. Do is I'm gonna yeah, I may set that in with some super glue in a minute. So no, what I may do is some green stuff. Is coat that all with some green stuff like that. Now, what I may do is right, actually, what I'm going to do, where's my snips? There's my snips. And the dad jokers out there, I hear you saying, but Ahsoka's not here. Just do that there. Then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to get some more of that yellow from this plant here, and I'm going to put some more of that on some of these smaller heads here. Oh, dude. Yeah. Right, let's just do this, shall we? Just prune a section of this off. This. Add that. To here. Give it more of an organic feel. So as that dries on, it should stay in place. Now, what I need is super glue for my two flowers, and then do some more of the yellow plumage stuff on here. Big globule of super glue. Get my trusty, do a couple of nodules of super glue here for the flowers, and activate a pen. Trim these to about there. So that's there. I'd say. So yeah. that's about there. Have this plan about here. Set it in place. He says. Right, okay. Green stuff it is. Okay, so big splurge of big amount of green stuff just there. So yeah, bearing in mind this stuff dries reasonably quick. Wipe. Oh no, I splurged my urge across here. Can't find the cap in time. Right, there we are. So, what I need to do is yep. And yep. Okay, now I've made that worse. Okay. Okay, so that just splurge in there. So while that's setting, and let that set off camera. I'll show you what I've done because I'm not going to pick it up because it is currently setting right there. At the moment it looks a bit shoddy-doddy. I'm going to stick a couple more bits of the yellow off of these just on there as well. Just to make it kind of look like it's a natural moss kind of element. Not a moss elephant, a moss element. This is where a pair of tweezers would come in great use right now. So where did I put my tube of greens? So while that's setting, well, splurge. Okay. And I have something I can use down here, which I may snip off. Yes. I have this thing. This thing prepped. I'm just going to let that set. So fingers crossed that will be set, and then I will paint over with my technical paint, which is gritty, and it'll be painted green. I'll have a nice green effect to it. I probably should do something with the flowers. I probably might remove the flowers actually. Remove the flowers, yes. Or remove a flower, more to the point. Eh? Keep that there. So, as much of the green stuff to bind as possible. Smear some on there. That shouldn't take too long to dry, and we'll come back to this in about an hour's time, maybe tomorrow, and I'll use my technical paint here, this Astrogonite. It's basically like a gravel effect, but I'll be giving it like a moss-like kind of like feel to it, to the grass, and then his paint should be all dry, and any dry brushing will be done on camera as well. So yeah, see you in a second. Well, for you it'd be a second, for me it'd be about an hour. So see you then.
Text twice, then I read the pause. Made a whole movie out of one small flaw. You said later, I heard maybe. Now my brain's got hands on my sleeve. I keep turning it over, one little spark and it gets colder. I know, I'm making it loud, but I can't shut this carousel down. Think of overthinking.
a paper cup, shoelace dragging, coffee going up. He says don't ask, but I wanna know, why is he always here and then ready to go? He's got that look, like he heard the news, like he lost a bet and still want to. What's the deal with Neil? He never says enough, but he says it real. What's the deal with Neil? He smiles like trouble and disappears. Neil at the sink, staring at the drain, one sleeve rolled high, like he caught the rain. He borrows your pen, leaves it in the box, never makes a scene, but he never stops. He's got that look, like a locked back gate. You knock twice fast, he still makes you wait. What's the deal with Neil?
slow groove, then a slide. I'm right here for this ride.
So we are all good with everything. Everything's set in place. The green stuff is set hard. I am happy with the paint job on the Nexu. I figured it's like he's prowling in an active jungle. So we are going to use an older paintbrush yet again. An older paintbrush, an older, thicker paintbrush, I think is probably going to be the best bet. This one will do. Just so I can get in there, and then I've got this one for getting in between the legs and such. So, I'm going to pitch down a bit. So, excuse the poor posture. I realise I am doing poor posture right now because I've slumped down a bit so you can see my beautiful face. And we are, we are using the technical Astrogranite. Astrogranite, yes. And it's a granite for Astros. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, okay. Try again. There we are. There we go. Looks like porridge. Looks like porridge. So we are going to liberally, when I say liberally, I mean liberally, spread this on here. And to the point where I want to be filling in any perfectly round spots like on this. So perfectly round patches. I'm aiming to slather this on. It has this very gloopy, stony texture to it. So it has this aggregate kind of finish. Very slovenly pasting this around, and I may do a spot of puddle. Trying to be very delicate where I place this stuff underneath the Nexu, simply because I want the creature to have no disorientable attributes too much grit applied to it, so to speak. Grit. Some grit. Needs some true grit to it. Gritting of the teeth. No. Kind of, yeah. I am being very, I'm just camera awkward right now. Not a very shy person by nature. Well, I'll try not to be. I am actually very shy. Very shy. If you come and talk to me in the street, I will hide behind my partner's legs. No, not really. Don't know why I said that really. She has lovely legs, so. So that will be setting. I'm gonna do this second. Just smushing the brush against there. And what that will also do is also will help set any not quite happy with that. It will set any feature pieces in place as well. So it should dry nicely. I'm just gonna squidge that down into place. Let's project into there. So basically, it is an aggregate solution. Has bits of grit, sand, texture in amongst the paint. So you have to, for the moment, imagine this, all this grey sludge painted green, greens and yellows to match the fauna. So I'm gonna, while I'm doing that, I'm going to paint the plants. Yes, I'm going to paint the plants. So I've got this crope green here. Actually, this luminous. I'm going to do this luminous, I think. So this yellow stuff pops. I don't mean like pops like a balloon. I mean it will set any loose bits in place as well. So as the alcohol paint dries, it should in theory make all this stand out. Some of you might be saying, why haven't you put any mushrooms on there? I don't have any mushrooms to place at this moment. Like fake mushrooms to place on there. So while this is setting in, there. I am now going to this orange to paint the petals on this flower. So yeep, yeep. I'm going to do the petals on this flower. Again, it will set them hard in place. Make them firm. Stand out. Is this orange or is this Casandora? This is Casandora yellow. It's not orange. Actually, it goes on orange. But I didn't lie, I just didn't think what I was saying. Pink, pink. Just doing this kind of like natural look to there's a bit more of a natural petal effect. Yes. Kind of vibe. I'm vibing with it very nicely. So let that dry. Let that dry. Let it dry. And then what I'm going to go over with is, while that's setting in place and drying, getting dry. It needs moisturiser. No, it doesn't need moisturiser. I'm watching too much Greg Johnson making. I'm going to put some clear gloss dabs on some of the little white globules that are on this leaf. So they kind of stay in place. It kind of looks like this should be a lava type thing. And also we'll set them in place as well. globules of water, like gloss on the tips of these leaves. It kind of gives this little, hopefully, well, in my mind anyway, this sense of dewdrops, water, rain. Also painting these petals gives them a sense of solidity as well. Also set them in place. So and also putting a little bit of moisture on the teeth and inside the mouth of the Nexu beast. Adds to the realism, I find, of yeah. And one thing I will say, is have this open. Don't inhale too much. It might have some adverse effects. I'm not weird, you're weird. Anyway, so yes, this is all going to set nicely. I'm happy with how this has turned out. Just a bit, possibly, maybe. This is going to take about 24 hours to dry properly. The aggregate is going to dry like stone effect within theory. And I'll know if I need to go over any of it again. But yeah. So I'll be returning to finish these bits off, or I may paint it off camera. I don't know. I may paint it off camera to save memory space on the camera. Anyway, see you in a second. On to day 2, so we're getting the base painted up on this beautiful creature. So what are we going to do? Ochre green. Go up and then bring it down, I think. So I'm going to go with the moot green. I didn't pick up any spare kitchen roll. Oh dear, woe is me. Woe is me, Mrs. Moo. Woe is me. Sack me. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see and do some sped up footage of this section. So I forgot to do recording. So I'm gonna bring the camera in close so you can see what I've done. And I'm just going to touch. You can kind of see I've added some varnish in and amongst his feet so it looks like he's treading in water. There's a few raindrops on some of the plants. My beard. There we go. So yeah, looking a bit Hammer horror right now with the light coming across my eyes here. Yeah. So just adjust the brightness a bit. There we go. So yeah, obviously that looks whitewashed out. So I'm going to turn that light off. There we go. So without being too thingy, here is the finished creature in a jungle setting. I'm not sure how I'm going to transport him to the game without damaging something. I've got a feeling I may have to carry him in a box on his own, just in my hands, and just transport him that way. So yeah, it was an awful lot of fun to do. I said I used the clear gloss varnish to get the water effect, to make it look like he's treading in like swampland, like he's on Felucia or Voss or something like that. Like out for the hunt. So I went for the yellow fur with the black, used the black wash on the quills so that they also look like when he lays down and he gets them up, you can use them as part of his camouflage. Obviously there are pink plants on this world as well. And, yeah. So you can see him prowling around. I'm quite proud. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of him. It's really cool. Let me know what you guys think. Always, I'm going to say thank you to any and all new subscribers. Don't forget to check out the channel links down below. So I have 2 music channels, which just channels literally just for me playing music. Not the uncopyrighted music that I use for my little painting skits, little painting sections. It's just literally playing bass and playing guitar. So I've got a channel just for the bass, which is low key bassist, and Copperhead Blues, which is mostly guitar with some bass. No singing. I know, it's upsetting. But the links for those channels will be down below. Also, just because I would like to meet him one day, and also his channel, Adam Savage's Tested. Just gave away who I'm talking about here. Kind of helped me inspire myself to do something like this. Obviously, when I was doing geek stuff, it was a mixture of toy reviews and all that sort of stuff. But Hobby Forge, I can concentrate on stuff like this. So making dioramas, kit bashing, painting minis. I don't just do sci-fi minis as well. I do this demon here. He's pretty cool. And war rhino. It's a rhino ready for war. It's one of my best early paints. You can tell it's an early paint because it's not perfect, but he's pretty good. He's one of my better goes at eyes. Obviously, it's evolved into. Granted, he looks cross-eyed, but yeah, you get the picture. I mean, I suppose the best view is his eye there, but yeah. Obviously, the tinier the eyes, the harder they are to get right. It's usually white or something like yellow or green with the black dot, or literally, in the case of this little guy here, all black. Makes life easier. So I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you so much for watching the Hobby Forge. Also, yeah, so Adam Savage was one of the guys that got me into, helped me think, right, I accidentally deleted a channel that I had a very big subscriber following. Now I have a chance to restart again with the Hobby Forge, and also with the level of geekiness that I'm doing. So check out the link for Adam Savage's Tested. And he doesn't need my help to get subscribers by any means. But if you haven't heard of Adam Savage, where have you been? If you've watched Mythbusters, you'll know him as soon as you see him. So it's Adam. He's the hyperactive one, Mythbusters. And I don't mean Tory. And a fellow Brit, just as awkward, maybe a bit less. So on the camera, also doesn't need my help to getting subscribers, but yeah, kind of like, yeah, allowing myself to be weird on the camera, thinking, oh no, I must hold myself back a bit. I'll let myself be a bit weird on the camera. It's fine. If people don't like it, they don't have to watch. Simple as. Yeah. Also, it's Greg Johnson Making. That's Greg Johnson, not Craig or Grick. It's Greg Johnson Making. It's G-R-E-G, Greg, not Craig, Greg, not Craig, Greg. Greg Johnson Making. Go check his channel out, and yeah, if you're a fan of things like everything from Red Dwarf to Bucky O'Hare, anything like that, or you follow some of the other creator YouTubers that have done the Big Bot Bash, go check him out. He has an amazing process that he goes through. It's a trust the process video, so sometimes he's building stuff and you think, where's he going with this? And it once it's all put together, you start seeing it, and then it starts falling. Looks like it's falling apart, but actually no, it's not falling apart. It's all part of the process, and then it gets painted, and then you see the final product. Go check him out, Greg Johnson Making. The link for his channel will be down below as well. So if you like this channel, click subscribe. Yes, anyway, enough of the wavy eyebrows. So, I suppose, no, it's not a good example of small eyes. No, I was hoping. Aha, yes. This bird's eyes. There we are. Our cockra. So yeah, click subscribe. Leave a comment if you so wish. Keep it as polite as possible. Like I said, if you don't like my presenting style and you don't like what I do on here on YouTube, you don't have to watch. You don't have to subscribe. Don't subscribe out of spite, just to leave nasty comments. Because yeah. Anyway, stay creative, be awesome, and I'll catch you in the next video. I've been Alex, and you've been watching the Hobby Forge. Peace out, geeklings. Peace. And the Force. May the Force be with you. Yes. That's the one. Yes. Yes.